Elon Musk, the billionaire co-founder of electric-powered vehicle maker Tesla, has warned of a looming population collapse in China. The place's business enterprise seeks to make bigger after opening a most important manufacturing facility in Shanghai in 2019. Let's watch the complete video to find out more about it. Tech billionaire Elon Musk has but once more expressed his subject related to the low birth rates around the world. The Tesla CEO shared a historical video on Twitter in which he's viewed sitting with Chinese enterprise multimillionaire Jack Ma, each of them speaking and displaying difficulty related to the gradual decline of the world's population. Tesla founder and billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk has been voicing the problem over China's failing population for quite some time now. The tech billionaire took Twitter to share his problem over China dropping over 40% of its people each era if the birth rates do not climb up. When it comes to the future of humanity, Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Alibaba founder Jack Ma disagree on whether or not people should be scared by using reasonable synthetics. Elon Musk has but once more raised an alarm on Twitter over a feasible populace giving way, which, according to him, the world may also see shortly. The 50-year-old tech billionaire has been voicing his opinion for some time now. This time, he took China's instance to bolster his argument. Most human beings nonetheless suppose China has a one-child policy. China had its lowest birth rate every final year, no matter having a three-child policy. At cutting-edge starting rates, China will lose 40% of humans every generation. Population collapse, Musk tweeted in response to a BBC article. After focusing on Japan, SpaceX and Tesla chief Elon Musk has now aimed at China, while elevating worries over possible population collapse, which by him is the largest hazard to civilization. Earlier, Musk had been criticized for being vocal about the declining birth rate in Japan, a place he's known as Tokyo to tackle the trouble earlier, ceases to exist. This time, he took China's instance to assist his argument. The Asian populace grew from 1.41212 billion to simply 1.41260 billion in 2021, a reported low that only increased by 480,000. From 2.6 in the late 1980s, China's delivery rate dropped from 2.6 in the 1980s to 1.5 in 2021, the file in addition highlighted. Strict COVID measures over the last 2 years have been linked to the drop in figures. China discontinued its one-child policy in 2016. Musk's comment comes a day after he had said, "We definitely don't have too many people. Earth could sustain many times its current human population and the ecosystem would be fine." Last month, during an interview, he stressed that population collapse is the biggest threat to the civilization. Musk said, "Some people think that having fewer kids is better for the environment. It's total nonsense. The environment's going to be fine even if we doubled the number of humans." Giving an example of Japan, Musk said the dwindling birth rate in the East Asian country has posed a challenge to civilization. Japan has negative population growth. Japan's population declined by 600,000 last year. Musk said, "I know a lot of environmental stuff. Japan had the lowest birth rate. Having kids is essential for maintaining civilization. We can't let civilization dwindle into nothing. There's been a rising trend of couples going childless and individuals avoiding marriage in many nations. Assuming there's a benevolent future with AI, I think the biggest problem the world will face in 20 years is population collapse. The biggest issue in 20 years will be population collapse. Not explosion, collapse." I agree with that, Ma said. The population problem is going to be facing a huge challenge. 1.4 billion people in China sounds like a lot, but I think in the next 20 years we'll see this thing bringing big trouble to China. And the speed of population decrease is going to speed up. You called it a collapse, he said to Musk. I agree with you. Yeah, accelerating collapse, Musk said. Fears of overpopulation due to immigration are short-sighted, according to Musk. The common rebuttal is like, well, what about immigration? I'm like, from where? This has taken place despite China forsaking its one-child policy in 2016 and introducing a three-child policy, backed with the aid of tax and different incentives last year. The country discontinued its one-child policy in 2016. Reports have linked strict COVID-19 measures over the last 2 years to the drop in figures. Last month shared how the fertility change in the U.S. has dropped under the alternative level of 2.1 and has remained so for the last 50 years. The whole fertility rate has now reached 1.5 in the U.S. He even addressed the frequent idea that the richer a man or woman gets, the fewer children he or she produces. The richest man in the world has referred to himself as a rare exception in that case because he has 8 children. Musk said in another tweet, "Contrary to what many think, the richer someone is, the fewer kids they have. I'm a rare exception. Most people I know have 0 or 1 kid." Elon Musk's remark got here at a time when Chinese authorities are placing an effort to create consciousness related to the significance of getting married and having children. South China Morning Post mentioned a few days back that China's been dealing with a huge demographic mission as the staff shrinks in the hastily getting older country. Earlier, criticized the narrative that extra people are deciding now not to have children because it's dangerous to the surroundings. Not only that, however, Musk's solar is also additionally about many different countries that he feels may additionally witness populace fall in the future due to an extraordinarily gradual increase in their population. He said on Monday that Hong Kong, South Korea, China, and the United States will be at threat of collapse. When it comes to Japan, Musk tweeted, "At the risk of stating the obvious, unless something changes to cause the birth rate to exceed the death rate, Japan will eventually cease to exist. This would be a great loss for the world." Musk and Ma may also be aggressive with their time frame. However, by 2070, the world fertility rate is predicted to fall beneath the international substitute fertility rate, that's the common range of teens every female needs to give birth to for the populace to change itself from one era to the next, in accordance to the latest evaluation of United Nations international population records from the Pew Research Center. The cutting-edge world alternative rate is 2.1 births. The cutting-edge international fertility fee is 2.5. However, it's predicted to fall by 1.9 by 2100. Fertility changes differ widely, however. Africa is the only world place expected to have strong population growth through 2100. Populations in Europe and Latin America are projected to be declining by 2100. Asia's populace is projected to expand through 2055 and then start to decline, according to Pew. For some regions, especially in terrible countries, rising fertility rates cause a burden on the already pressured social infrastructure systems. But in nations like China, a slowing population is the reason for concern. For example, due to a long time of birth restrictions and increasing economic possibilities for women and growing longevity, China now has a lopsided population. There are now not enough younger employees to assist the developing population of older people. In January, a group of nearby academics, the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, issued a warning to authority leaders about the possible chance of population decline, the New York Times reported. The long-term population decline, especially with the aging of the elderly, is bound to bring very unfavorable social and economic consequences. Delving on the uneven distribution of population, Musk stated in another tweet in May that people are occupying only a tiny percentage of the Earth's surface. And that's why human beings in cities suppose the Earth is full of humans, when in fact it's basically empty. He's additionally warned of South Korea's population sinking to 6% of the contemporary stage in 3 generations, citing the quickest population crumble discovered in the country and Hong Kong. At the beginning of the year, he lamented that if there don't seem to be plenty of humans to stay on Earth, there would not be sufficient people to inhabit Mars, a planet he is striving to populate with humans. What are the socioeconomic consequences of long-term, sustained negative population growth from a theoretical point of view? Do let us know in the comments section about your views. Before you leave, press the bell icon so that you can get notified when a new video comes.